please tell me why I just went through McDonald's to get a Diet Coke. And I was on the phone with my husband while I was ordering, and he's like, wait, you're at McDonald's? Get a Filet-O-Fish sandwich. He's like, get me two. It's Friday in Lent at McDonald's. We're like, great, I'll just eat that for lunch, and then we'll make something else for dinner. So, whatever. I ordered 3 Filet-O-Fishes in a separate order because she wouldn't let me add it on to my Diet Coke order. Anyways, that's a whole nother story. It pissed me off. Pull around, order 3 Filet-O-Fishes, not the meal, just the sandwich. She clarified. She said, the sandwich or the meal? And I said, just the sandwich. And she said, 3 of them? And I said, yes. Tell me why it was $17 for 3 Filet-O-Fishes on Friday during Lent at McDonald's. I'm not crazy. I sat there and blinked my eyes, and then I just pulled away because I was so angry, which probably was rude, but like, $17 for 3 Filet-O-Fishes at McDonald's? Are you kidding me?
Am I the only person that feels like it's not worth it to go out to eat anymore? Because half of the time, it's something that you can make better at home. Like, honestly, I go to a restaurant and I'm like, wowed. Very rarely. The only thing I find worth going out to eat for is sushi. I feel like restaurants just aren't the same as they used to. But I don't know if it's that the restaurants have changed or if like I got better at, like, I'm older now so I can cook more things. But like, it's expensive. The food is never as good as when I make it. And I'm not even trying to say that. Like, there's certain foods that do taste better at restaurants, but for the most part, especially paying for pasta, you're paying like, sometimes you pay like $17 a bowl of pasta when you know like $1 to make and it's not even that good.
Going to an expensive restaurant be like? Here's our pasta in a cup. Well, that'll be $70. Plating it in the most extra way. Me contemplating what the point of all that was.
Since when did fast food become a luxury?
What is the point of fast food if that is expensive? What is the point of it? Like, am I missing something here? Like, it's like, why not just go somewhere else? If I'm gonna be spending $40 on food for 2 people, like, why the would I just go to a restaurant?
Exactly.
We are at the Cancun airport, and it is one of the most expensive airports that I've ever been at, especially when you want to eat. Let me show you what we got and what we paid. We ordered a pizza, and I had no idea the price. It ended up being $40 US. That's the pizza, comparison to my hand. It's like Tim Hortons pizza all over again. Not a bad price, I guess. Burger, fries, 32 US. I also met this guy. I got like the Philly cheesesteak, I think it is. Do you guys want to guess how much that was? $32 US. What is going on here? I got these 6 items at like the little convenience store that's there, so the kids did something for the plane. This cost me $77 Canadian. Absolutely insane, but I guess they can charge whatever they want because we're stuck here. If you want food, you gotta eat, so they can charge whatever they want.
Have we lost the middle where you could go for dinner and have a meal and it was $30, not $30 for the appetizer? I think it's too convenient to just say high cost of ingredients, so all the prices are high. That's not the only thing that's going on. There's a sort of elitism of very large plate with a tiny increment of food on it that leaves you starving. And on the other side, there's a rice bowl from a fast food place with 1 ounce of meat, and it still costs $15. I mean, that's the cheap version, right? Where's the $30 meal where you have like an appetizer and a meal, and maybe you have a coffee or a juice, and it doesn't cost $17,000. One of the things that I noticed in being in Toronto and in Montreal is there's a much wider version of this middle kind of food. It's not middle class. It's a middle offering, which is well done, thoughtful, and doesn't cost more than $30. Have you noticed this collapsing of the middle? And what do you think is the reason for it?
So man, we have to talk about these restaurants with these appetizer prices. Bruh, that's why like every restaurant I go to now, appetizers are $20 plus. It's the same price as an entree, bro. Entree is already like $25, $30, $40 already. You know, drinks are $20. Like, come on, bro. Drinks, $20 plus. You know, you got this, might want a dessert. That's probably like $15 right there. Before you even walk in the door, you gotta pay $20 for some damn parking. Like, goddamn, bro. And then you gotta pay the gratuity, which is like 20%. Like, oh, come on, bro. And then also, you probably want me to tip as well. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm not paying all that, bro. Y'all gotta chill out, bro. Appetizers should not be the same prices as entrees. Drinks should not be the same prices as entrees as well. So y'all definitely need to chill out, because, you know, some of that food ain't worth it. And some of the prices definitely not worth it.
You guys, let's see how much I spent in the most expensive city in the world as a budget traveler. FYI, I'm in New York City. So my first stop was this souvenir cart where I spent about $40 thereabout. So this particular day was very hot, so I needed something to drink. I spent about $3 on this drink. After that, I went for the Squid Game experience, which was about $50 thereabout. Let me know if you want to see a video about this whole thing, and do you think I won it or I lost? Just let me know in the comments. For a late breakfast, I got this for about $8 thereabout. After that, I wanted to try out this Indian spot, and it was low-key pricey, not too pricey, but low-key. The name of the spot was Patiala. I'll probably drop a review, I'm not sure. I spent about $60 at this spot. That was excluding the tip, so we tip about $70 or $80. I'm not sure. I've been wanting to get Timberlands for the longest time, so I got a pair for about $200. I spent $200 at the store, I got something else. Funny thing is, I'm not even an impulsive buyer like that, but anyhow, after this, I was walking on the street and I saw this Lindt chocolate store. I got one chocolate bar for about $6 thereabouts. I can't lie, it was really good. I ended up at a Zara store, I don't know how, and I got a shirt for about $40. Look, I feel like I spent too much money on this day. Anyhow, let's continue. How can I end a day in New York without buying ice cream? I went to Ben & Jerry's and I got ice cream for about $14. Between me and you guys, I hated this ice cream. I'm not even going to lie to you people. And I was surprised because normally I like Ben & Jerry's. I spent about $8 on Metro, and the hotel I stayed in was about $140 per night. It was really affordable. In total, I spent about $570 in New York City. Do you think this was too much money for the most expensive city in the world? Yeah, safe guys.
Fast food is supposed to be affordable. It is supposed to be convenient, and it is supposed to be cheap. And I'm happy that some of these companies are finally throwing people a bone and are competing against each other with a low-cost option for the first time in years. But they are only doing this because people are finally fed up with the fact that they've been ripping us off. Did you know McDonald's prices have doubled in the last decade? Every chain has used inflation as an excuse to raise their prices and pad their profits. And those profits for McDonald's are at an all-time high. Keep in mind that the price you see at the store is not set by corporate, it is set by the franchisee, which is why some locations charge over $8 for a Big Mac, while some charge as little as $3.50. They make most of the money from the franchise fees they charge people to open stores. They also get a 5% royalty fee from all sales, which they increased from 4% last year. And those franchisees also pay McDonald's rent. Over the last 10 years, the amount of corporate-owned locations has dramatically decreased.
You don't seem to realize what business you're in the burger business. You're in the real estate business. Land. That's where the money is.
But don't feel bad for those franchisees, because according to the CEO, their profits are as high as they've ever been. The fact that they're now starting to charge people for refills, the bag their food comes in, is just greedy. And people, regardless of income bracket, are rightfully fed up. It is not the low-income consumers who are starting to crack. It is everyone who is tired of being taken advantage of. They know that, and I love that Wall Street knows it too, with their stock already down over 10% this year, and I bet it's going to keep going down.